The world was silent as the alien envoy descended to Earth, their ship shimmering with an otherworldly hue as it broke through the atmosphere. Humans gathered below, gazing in awe and trepidation at the monumental event unfolding above them. For centuries, humans had speculated about life beyond their planet. But nothing could have prepared them for this moment. It was not just the arrival of extraterrestrial life, but the purpose that carried weight beyond imagination. The aliens had come not to conquer, not to destroy, but to understand. They were a race of beings whose evolution had diverged vastly from humanity's trajectory. Their homeworld was a place of perfect equilibrium. No war, no famine, no disease. Their existence was marked by harmony and balance, and yet their civilization was stagnating, with no adversity to overcome. Their progress had reached a standstill. They were explorers seeking knowledge not just of the universe, but of themselves. And they had identified humanity as a species of peculiar interest. Humans were survivors of calamities, natural and self-inflicted, of wars that razed cities, of plagues that decimated populations, of catastrophes that seemed insurmountable, yet through every trial, humanity endured, evolving not just biologically, but socially and technologically. The aliens sought to uncover the mystery behind this resilience. They wished to learn what made humans endure, what propelled them forward when all seemed lost. The emissaries were unlike anything humans had imagined. They communicated not through spoken language, but through a synthesis of thought and emotion, a direct transfer of understanding that bypassed the need for words. Their presence was simultaneously unnerving and awe-inspiring. Their forms were fluid, adaptable, shifting like water, taking the shape that best suited their environment. They moved among humans, observing, interacting, and absorbing the essence of human life. They began their study by immersing themselves in human history. They delved into records, ancient and modern learning, the trials that had tested humanity's limits, the wars fought for freedom and power, the pandemics that wiped out millions, the natural disasters that reshaped the planet. They examined the aftermath of these events, focusing not on the destruction, but on the recovery, on the rebuild, on the moments when humanity chose to rise from the ashes. The aliens found themselves captivated by the stories of individuals who had faced insurmountable odds, and yet triumphed. The single mother who worked tirelessly to provide for her children, the scientist who toiled in obscurity to discover cures for deadly diseases, the activists who fought against oppression, risking their lives for justice. These were not the acts of a species driven purely by instinct for survival. There was something deeper at play. They turned their attention to the intangible elements of human existence. They studied art, music, literature, and found a wellspring of emotion and creativity that defied logic. The human capacity to imagine, to dream, to hope, even in the bleakest of circumstances, was a revelation to the aliens. They learned of the human ability to find meaning in suffering, to transform pain into beauty, to connect with one another through shared experiences of joy and sorrow. The aliens were particularly intrigued by the concept of love, not just romantic love, but the profound connection that bound humans to one another, love for family, for friends, for communities, for strangers in need. They observed acts of selflessness and sacrifice that seemed illogical from a purely survivalist perspective, and yet these acts were central to humanity's endurance. It was not just the strength of the individual, but the strength of the collective that allowed humans to persist. In their quest for understanding, the aliens ventured into the present, observing humanity in real time. They saw communities rallying together in the face of natural disasters, providing aid and comfort to those affected. They witnessed scientific breakthroughs born from collaboration and shared knowledge. They observed movements for social change driven by a collective yearning for a better world. It became evident that humanity's resilience was rooted in connection, in the ability to come together and find strength and unity. The aliens also studied the darker aspects of human nature, the capacity for violence, greed, and destruction. They sought to understand how these traits coexisted with the qualities that fostered survival. They discovered that the duality of human nature was not a weakness, but a source of growth. The conflicts and challenges born from humanity's flaws were catalysts for progress, forcing humans to confront their limitations and strive for improvement. As the aliens immersed themselves in the human experience, they began to question their own existence. Their society had achieved perfection, but at the cost of stagnation. They realized that their lack of adversity had deprived them of the opportunity to grow, to adapt, to innovate. They saw in humanity a model of resilience, born not from ease, but from struggle. They understood that the imperfections and challenges of human life were not barriers to survival, but the very foundation of it. In their final analysis, the aliens concluded that humanity's resilience was a complex interplay of factors: biological, psychological, and social. It was the adaptability of the human body and mind, the capacity for learning and innovation, the drive to connect and collaborate, the ability to find meaning and purpose in the face of adversity. They saw that survival was not just about enduring, but about evolving, about transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. The aliens shared their findings with humanity not through words, but through a profound exchange of understanding. They conveyed their admiration for the human spirit, their gratitude for the lessons learned, and their hope for a future of mutual growth and collaboration. They departed Earth with a newfound sense of purpose, determined to apply the lessons of humanity to their own existence, to embrace imperfection and challenge as pathways to growth. And so humanity and the aliens became bound, not by conquest or subjugation, but by a shared understanding of what it means to survive and thrive. They became partners in the quest for knowledge and progress, united by the realization that resilience is not born from perfection, but from the courage to face imperfection and to rise above it. Together,